in Clearwater, non-attorney spokesman.
Don't turn it off now. You need this stuff. Tampa Bay's Tan Talk Radio Network.
Hey, Robin, do you like knocking boots?
Jim, do you mean Knocking Boots Saloon in Largo? I love knocking boots.
I love knocking back a couple of beers at Knocking Boots and then knocking some balls around on their pool tables.
Knocking Boots Saloon has free pool every day till 7:30, or you can join the league.
Or get knocked silly at the Comedy Open Mics, a special guest brought to you by Stand Up for Live events every other Wednesday night.
Come and knock back a cocktail from their full liquor bar and enjoy some tasty snacks from their awesome food truck.
Knocking Boots Saloon, 201 Keene Road in Largo, Florida.
It's 7 o'clock. It's Thursday night. I'm Mac James, stand-up comic, and it's time for Stand Up for News. Welcome back, nation, to another episode, an amazing, adventurous, informative episode of Stand Up for News. I am Mac James, stand-up comedian, your host, James Esterline, and I'm a stand-up comic, and we are stand-up comics, and we basically tell the news. This is my co-host, Robin Savage. Say hello, stand-up comic Robin Savage.
Hello, everyone out there in listening land. It is phenomenal to be here today on Thursday.
Welcome back, Robin.
Yeah.
And our other co-host here, the comedian Felix.
Hello, world.
Welcome back to the show. This is his second time being our co-host. And then we have a special guest today who's been here twice now, making him a stand-up for news correspondent. Welcome back, Seth, the joke doctor.
How's it going, everybody?
It's going. So far, so good. Welcome back. So, Seth, the joke doctor, how has it been going, bud?
It's going pretty well. I'm not an actual gyno, but I am willing to take a look.
Oh, remember when I called you Seth, the humor physician? That was funny.
That was funny.
Welcome back. So, well, you were, where were you the other day? In Sarasota doing some music? Or were you booking? Well, how'd that go?
That went pretty well.
That's where my buddy Ryan Weiss was. Did you see him there? He was playing bass for a band. They paid him to come down there.
I did not see him. I was doing my own thing at Three Keys Brewing Company.
Oh, it's a different venue. Yeah, you got to turn the ringer off there. Stand Up for News correspondent Ryan Weiss, Van Weiss, Vanilla Weiss. We'll stop talking about him. I can see the steam coming out of the ears, even right through the headsets of Robin Savage. I don't even like to use the word headset anymore. So we had I brought a poster for you, Robin.
Oh, thank you.
I wanted to see if we could all sign it, even Seth, because Seth, you came and supported, I think, every single one of our shows, but one maybe?
Yeah, just the last one, yep.
So I'd like you to sign it, and then we'll get Rick to sign it later. And Dave and Buster's with Stand Up for News live events, Stand Up for Live events.
Wow.
We will be going back in September and doing showcases in the Orlando Invasion in between. I think, Vinny Natali, my friend Vinny, remember him?
Yeah.
He's going to do a one-time show there, I think, and then we're going to take I want to do a weekend showcase. I don't want to do an open mic anymore. I don't want to do Mondays. You will make a lot of more profit margin increase on a weekend booking a, touring comic. And then one of the, Stand Up for News crew will host, and we'll have a local big shot open for them of their choice. That kind of thing, with a ticket and a game card bundle and everything.
Okay.
That's what we're going to do there.
I think people have a lot more free time on like a Friday or Saturday night than Monday too. So if you have a big time, showcase, I think a weeknight would be really good for it.
The competition was pretty awesome.
It was fun.
Big turnouts. Mondays are usually not the busiest night there, as well as most places. So our next venue will be on a Thursday night. We'll be doing an open mic after a showcase. So it'll be a showcase with 3 comics featuring rising star comics in Tampa Bay area. And then it's going to be right here in Clearwater. And I'm not going to say too much else about it, but it will be on Thursdays right after our show. So it'll start at 8:30. So then, all right, what else you want to talk about, Seth? What's going on?
Well, I think it's pretty well documented. We had a little beef.
You want to clear the name. I figured you wanted to come in and clear your name of all wrongdoings and or just correct things that were
just set the record straight. I ran into some more people last night. I've been running into some people that never met me, have no idea who I am. So what had happened was I host and produce 2 shows a month at Pegasus Lounge. One's a showcase and one is a roast battle. And the showcase, I didn't realize, fell on Easter Sunday. And I was working out of town all week, and I came home, and it was a week away from the event, and I hadn't even made a flyer yet. So I start making the flyer. I'm lining the comedians up, and it occurs to me that it's Easter Sunday, 3:00 in the morning, and I'm like, I'm just going to call it Unholy Comedy Show. So I make the flyer, and I go to bed. And I wake up to 40 people maligning me, calling me a plagiarist, that I sold my soul to sell a $10 ticket, that I did all these horrible things. They just assumed the intent was to steal the name of a show, which, to be honest with you, I did see that they had the show, but I thought it was a one and done. It didn't even occur to me that it was the same name. It had been months since I showed interest in their show. I had completely forgotten about it. And as soon as I saw that it was the same name, I immediately changed it within 30 seconds. And they just kept going and going and going. And the guy who owns the show was the most gracious of all of the people. I was accused of blocking him from seeing it, photoshopping somebody's head on some other girl's body, which I don't even know how to do that. I'm a boomer, for the love of God. It was like a bunch of mean girls from high school, like 40 or 50 of them just pounced.
There are hyenas out there, aren't they, Mom?
Oh, it's brutal. And then I went to one of your mics, and some guy was bowing up and standing over me and got in my face.
Who's that? We shouldn't say their names.
Yeah, you know who he is. So I just said, look, you're not intimidating me. If you get too close to me, I'll shoot you. So that was the end of that. But
stand your own ground, boomer.
Exactly. And
he puts the boom in boomer, Mom.
So ran into a girl last night up at Ordinance 1 who was talking about it on the mic. And it was a roast for Stefano. We roasted him for his birthday.
Yes. Happy birthday, Stefano.
Yes, happy birthday.
Stefano.
We love him.
Yeah, me too. He gave me my first feature spot. But he was one of the people that
No way, that's awesome.
Yeah, he didn't want to be seen talking to me at Soggy Bottom because they were there.
I got him his first guest spot.
Nice.
Yeah, he was awesome.
So it was Candace August, I think. She started talking about it. She was funny. They were breaking my stones about it.
Well, I did too.
Oh yeah, I mean, I can appreciate the humor and making fun of me
Not on social media. Just when I brought you up to the mic.
Yeah, and I'm all good with that. But and I explained to her, I said, you got to understand where I'm coming from. I've never stolen anything in my life, ever. I'm the guy that I caught my wife. She put a bra in our kids' stroller when they were babies. And we got out to the car, and I was putting it in the car, and I'm like, we didn't pay for this. And I took it back in and paid for it. I'm that nerd, and I'm being accused of stealing somebody's ideas and intellectual property, which I would never in a million years do. I've walked into places where comedians were telling almost verbatim one of my jokes that I wrote. I never said a word about it because I'm not so full of myself enough to think that someone else couldn't have come up with the same joke.
We can't protect our material in this industry. You can't copyright more than just a catchphrase. You can't copyright jokes. Is that true, you guys?
That is true.
Yeah. So,
but you can trademark things.
So,
and that's where so even after everything was okay, one of the people's wives went on a podcast and just kept trashing my comedians that were on my show. They had nothing to do with this. It was my mistake. I owned it. I don't know why they had to bring the comedians into it. And I contacted the guy from the podcast who basically told me I was a piece of crap and wouldn't talk to me. I said, don't you want to air the other side? He's like, you may as well be on CNN. You're not a journalist, So that was the end of that. But so at the end of the day, it really was an honest mistake. And within 30 seconds of finding out about it, I fixed it. And I think that the whole thing was just absurd. I really was surprised at how unfunny the comedians were. Like Steve Sargent is the only one who made a joke. I would have been roasting me all day, but instead they were just mean and nasty. But
I just have a question. Then the only way I even know about it is from the Facebook post.
The Facebook.
Why didn't you just delete it? I don't understand. Why didn't you just delete it?
I did. I actually changed the name of the show within 30 seconds, but that wasn't good enough. They just kept going. and
The Tampa
saying,
Bay comedy scene is a bunch of hyenas, and they're all from different packs, and they seem like they don't get along with each other, even when they're amongst their own cliques sometimes. So I just stick with the Stand Up for News crew and try to get along with everybody, you know. But what you saw, what I wrote, it was the thing that happened with the copyright you're talking about. Somebody else copyrighted as a joke.
well, what happened was they said
that didn't help the situation.
no, that wasn't me. That was
I know.
that was Chris Kuhn, and
Okay.
he actually bought the trademark to the name they used for their show because they didn't.
I was.
They assumed it was copyrighted, and it's not.
A
And
spiteful joke, or
yeah, it was. It was because they went on the podcast and were trashing him for no reason.
that's the only thing I said. I don't think it helps the community of the
No,
stand-up
and
comedy scene.
You know, if I had done it, I would have given it to him. I would have done it as a mean joke, and I would have said, "All right, here we go. Now here it is. I'll give it to you. I'll transfer it to you." But stop the nonsense. But the guy Hugh himself was very gracious. He never maligned me. He never said anything nasty or mean. It was always people who had no dog in the fight. The guy that bowed up to me at your show, I said, show me where it hurt you that I did that for 30 seconds. Just point to where it hurt. You can't because you have
But
nothing
if
in
it
it.
was only up for 30 seconds, why was it plastered all over the page? That's my question.
Well, I posted it at 3:00 in the morning and went to sleep. And when I woke up at 7 in the morning, there were 40 people already like attacking me like shark infested waters. So the minute that happened, I changed the name. In fact, I was accused of blocking Hugh from seeing it because by the time they told the guy who owned the show about it, it was already changed.
Okay.
It was already down. And they're like, you blocked him from seeing it. I'm like, no, I didn't. I don't even know how to do that. I changed the name of it within 30 seconds of finding out. But what made everybody angry was that I defended myself. I didn't just shut up and lay down and let them attack me. I stood up to them. I called them a bunch of unfunny, something I can't say on the radio. And I blasted them back and let them know that I'm not going to just let you talk trash about me. That's not true.
Okay. I guess because I just as a reader, I interpret it as being different. I thought like.
No, I wasn't. I never defined, like I was never defiant. I'm going to use the name. I never was like that.
I can
That was never an
completely
issue.
understand you not liking people saying things about you that aren't true and talking trash. I can understand that completely. So it's all cleared up. You guys are all getting along now, and
I believe so. I bought them a drink at Soggy Bottom.
maybe we can spread awareness amongst the stand-up comedy community in the Tampa Bay area. Let's try to all get along with each other, work together, book each other, intertwine our cliques together. If we got to have little groups of friends to stick with, like our group of you and me and Manny, Jim, now Felix and Chris Wright and Scott Patrick, Russell, now Seth. Ace will be here next week. We got Victor Lopez as our guest next week as
Oh
well.
yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, I book people. I pay comics. You know, I'm trying to get people paid, even if it's $25 or $50. That otherwise they're not getting paid. Typically, we pay to perform at some places. It costs money. You're out there, you're buying drinks or whatever, and
Yeah.
so if I have feature spots, I try to pay people. I wish Manny was here because Manny will tell you I've been pretty generous with. I've had people use my house for podcasts even when I wasn't home.
Oh, that's very nice of you.
I'm a pretty generous person, and to be maligned like that, I just wasn't going to take it. But I do try to lift everybody up, and I do have a bunch of stuff coming up. I have Father's Day Dad's Night Out at Pegasus, and I've reached out to a couple people for feature spots. I'd like to have some female comics, and I have another roast battle.
Mom's a female comic.
I have.
She's really funny too.
Would you like to do a spot at Pegasus Lounge?
Do I have to roast people because I'm
No.
not a roaster?
This is a Father's Day thing. Hopefully, you have some dad jokes.
Oh, I can come up with some dad jokes.
All right. Then
I'm going to start and repurpose as dad joke.
I will put you on. In July, I'm working on a mega variety show. I've got a magician who is a comic as well. I'm going to play music and do comedy, and going to get some. I'm starting to find a didgeridoo player.
Oh,
or
But what?
didgeridoo.
The big thing from like Australia.
Oh, is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay.
there's another weird instrument that it's a radio wave that you just hold your fingers over.
Oh,
It makes
those are
like
cool.
Oh, that's a Star Trek. Like,
it's one of those. I forget what it's called,
I've
but
seen those.
I know a guy who plays that thing. I'd like to get him to come out. That'd be pretty cool.
Well, all right. Well, let's move on. And we need to get to the news, you guys. It's time to stand up for the news because, the news was born without any legs. The news doesn't have legs and it can't stand up for its own self. It was born in a wheelchair, right? So they call us, the news calls us to stand up for them if anybody tries to bully the news, Here at WTAN on Stand Up for News Radio, call in at 727-441-3000 if you want to stand up for the news with us. So you guys have some news to stand up for?
I
Of course.
That's a direct question. Good. I will start out then. Breaking news today. Sam Butcher, the creator of Precious Moments figurines, died today at age 83. Did you hear about that? That's funny. I was figuring that guy was already dead. Get it, Mom?
I do.
All right. Felix, over to you.
Well, North Korea sends poop, feces, in a balloon to the South Korea. If China gets a hold of these balloons, I hate to say it, but I think I speak for all Americans, man. We're going to all be in some, is it safe for me to say, feces?
And feces.
Feces. You're going to say feces.
The feces will hit
So
the
they
oscillator.
sent a bunch of balloons over South Korea, North Korea, sent them over there filled with like trash and poop and stuff like that. That's crazy.
Yeah. I bet it smells horrible
In
over
China,
there,
we
man.
get them spy balloons, right?
Man, it smell like low income over
Right.
there.
If they float over here, we'll be like, I spy something that is brown.
No, is
Falling
that
from-
a person? No, that's a bag
Is
full
it a-
of boo-boo.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Oh,
It's the boo-boo balloon.
It's a dookie balloon. All right, over to you, Mom.
Here's
Yeah,
a question now. They sent all that feces over in the hot air balloons, right?
Mhm.
Why didn't the feces catch fire and blow up?
All right, there's a lot of nitrogen in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Can't
then
smoke around the cow when he farts, right?
I had a story about North Korea. North Korea sent balloons filled with trash. I didn't hear so much the feces. I thought it was more trash like cigarette butts and
It was
like
everything,
liver.
Mom.
Yeah.
It was
no,
butts and stuff that comes out of butts.
Yeah, cigarette butts. Now, Korea heard that there was a tradition where American children had water balloon fights on the last day of school. So they thought they would try it. But instead of water balloon fights, they threw garbage balloons, and they also had the threat of nuclear war. So it's kind of like our tradition, but a little bit different.
Stakes are a little higher.
Oh my goodness. Over to Seth.
I think the breaking news everybody was waiting to hear was the Trump verdict is in. Joe Biden got some really good news. He's guilty on all 34 counts. He also got some bad news. He made Donald Trump go up 10 more points in the polls.
This is a sad one, you guys. Medical examiner's office says that the unresponsive 13-year-old girl discovered at SeaWorld in Orlando had accidentally drowned, you guys. That's what had
That's
happened.
terrible.
Yeah. Why the heck did it take so long to discover her body, though? It was at Discovery Cove. That would be the first place you'd look.
Yeah,
One would think.
you're searching to discover something. Yes.
Yeah, you get it. Over to Felix.
Let's see what's going on. Where there's an alligator right now on the loose. I don't know if he's trying to take flight out of Florida or what, but I want to say he's somewhere down in the Sarasota area or somewhere up in where is not down south, but it's in Florida. It's in the Seminole County area. So all I'm saying is, though, y'all, everybody out there that sees alligators, leave Snappy alone. Just let the alligators go on about their day. You know,
right? You ever go swimming in a freshwater lake around here?
No, I haven't.
river?
though. I bathed in
Have
the
you?
river one time.
No.
Have you?
No.
I will never do that either. In
I've done
Michigan,
that
I go to
one
the lake
time.
all the time. Where I grew up in Michigan, we go to the lake all the time. But down here, I've not once gone into any water that is freshwater.
I was
I
going
will
to say,
take my chances with sharks before alligators.
No, in
Oh,
Missouri,
okay.
we used to go canoeing in lakes all the time, in lakes and rivers. And since 36 years, living in Florida, I don't go into anything.
In a boat, I have.
freshwater.
I'm just talking about swimming in the water. Nope. People go on Crystal River and.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
gators
Yeah.
in
With
them.
the
They're
manatees. Yeah.
Yeah, them gators are dangerous. Like seriously, I remember one time I used to go jogging up underneath this inner path down off of North Boulevard and Main Street. It's in Tampa, and this lady, she had a little Yorkie dog, and I'm telling her, before they fenced the whole thing up, ma'am, it's like a pit full of gators down there. You do not want to go down there. I said, don't even have your dog go there. Oh, it's fine. My dog knows what's going on and he's not going near the water. Man, about 10, 15 seconds after I told her that, man, that gator opened his mouth and all you hear is this loud chomp.
And it ate the dog?
And pulled him right in the water.
Oh, that's terrible.
And she,
I've
oh
seen
my
it
God.
happen too. I've seen it happen.
Yeah,
So you're saying that alligators like Chinese food?
hey, they don't spare nothing.
What kind of dog was it?
It was a little Yorkie. Little small
Yorkie.
Yeah,
It tastes
man.
just like chicken.
I saw this bird walking. We were at Mirror Lake Park. This bird's just walking. Not Mirror Lake, is the one north of that, off of 9th or whatever. Crescent Lake Park. And this bird's walking up towards us through the water, and then all of a sudden chomp. I'm like, whoa, I didn't even see that gator there anywhere. I thought it was like a stick.
Yeah.
Gone. Feathers. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you don't want to play with them gators. Do not want to play with them.
Okay, I got some more news to stand up for, James.
Thank God.
On Tuesday, the Coast Guard seized almost $468 million in cocaine off of the
Whoa.
coast of San Diego. Yeah, it was more than 33,000 pounds, which is equivalent to 3 million tiers of most of the comics in Florida. That's kind of how you judge it.
Oh man, there was a judge was stunned in Michigan when a man with a suspended license joined a Zoom hearing while driving his car. How did NASA miss out on that guy?
Oh man. All right, Clint Eastwood, you guys. Today he was born in 1930, and he turns 93 today, right?
All right.
Clint Eastwood, man. Yeah, that's 93 turns around the sun. He was quoted saying today, "Go ahead, make my birthday."
That's pretty good.
Not good. All right, Felix.
Well, let's see. There's Trump and Robert De Niro. I happen to hear around. Now, I'm going to tell you this. Trump better be careful because, see, Robert De Niro, that man, listen, he go get the Irishman. He go get a couple good fellas. Even get, meet the parents, man. His real role is going to come out on Trump.
I got it. Trump posted that Polka Fun video at De Niro today, didn't he? Mocking Bobby D.
Yeah.
Calling him a washed-up actor and several other insults. It went viral, though, Everybody saw it. Did you see it, you guys?
No, I didn't
Yeah.
catch it, though,
It's
but I
pretty
know
crazy.
Trump better, he just better keep it cool,
Well, Trump's video is actually up for an Oscar now.
Yeah.
That's why De Niro's really upset.
Oh, man.
It's Alec Baldwin you don't want to piss off. He'll shoot you.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Well, he'll probably beat that. So, I mean.
Oh, you know who beat what? That guy, the golfer guy, Sean Scheffner. They dropped all charges this week. Did you hear about that?
Yep.
The golfer that dragged the cop down the road, put the cop in the hospital.
Well, there was no video. There was a video, but none of that happened on the video. That's why they dropped all the charges.
I don't think that's why. I think he will use any club he can to become the greatest golfer there is, especially his white privilege club he's in. That's what I think. He's got those little white balls, but he's also apparently got some huge white balls to be dragging a cop down the street too. That's crazy.
Oh, wow. I did that. Somehow that story that missed me.
You think he's good at putting? He's good at putting cops in the hospital is what he's good at. Now he needs a driver. not the one in his golf bag. They want to take him around now because he's probably all right. They dropped all charges, you guys.
I was thinking he could have a sand wedge, but the wedge would be the cop. I don't know.
He was almost one in the hole.
Yeah.
Here's some breaking news, you guys. Dwayne Johnson. You guys like The Rock?
Mhm. I do
Breaks
like that.
the world record. The Rock is now the most followed man in the entire world, you guys, in the whole world. I hope he better not take that for granted. And he's even bolder. I get it, granted.
Granted, yeah.
And he's even bolder than that by saying that he's probably the most followed man in the universe, you guys. Yeah, just not the DC universe.
Black Adam.
Yeah, because Black Adam, it bombed like a atom bomb.
Like a Disney film after
I
going
liked it
woke.
though. I thought it was cool. To be honest. All right, over to you. What you got there, Felix the comedian?
Well, this is pretty touchy, but I don't care, you know. Diddy.
Touchy. There's a great way to describe it.
Well, you know, I mean, it's something behind that, you know. But we'll get back to that. But it says that, you know, Diddy likes men and women. You know, he had a sex worker as a male working for him. Now, it didn't surprise me now, though, because, you know, everyone knows how Diddy is now. You know, everything that came out about him, you know. But now, I thought he was only abusing women, but he hitting men, too. He might as well just go and turn himself in, you know. He ain't have no case from there.
So what you're saying, he's going to enjoy his time in jail?
I mean, he's gonna have to do something. He's gonna have to wash some drawers. I mean, but he's gonna be all right, either the way it goes, if he's inside or out.
He's like, lock me up, throw away the key.
Man, listen, I'll probably hear him right now. He probably, you know, doing one of his little walks, telling the correction officer, nah, take that. You know, it's all right. Just go get my commissary. Go get my canteen, baby. You know, take that.
Do you know he changed his name? It used to be Puff Daddy.
Puff Daddy.
And then it was Sean Combs. And then it was Diddy.
Brother Love.
And then it was P. Diddy. And then he changed it again after all the sexual assault allegations and stuff like that. And the FBI raiding his place. He changed it again to G. Diddy. Because now when his fans hear about all his sexual assault charges and the FBI raiding his house and all that stuff, his fans can just say, G. Diddy.
Boy, Diddy.
Diddly. You know.
He's got a new song coming out, though. Did you know that? It's got a new hit. It's like a sequel to his old ones. It's called Bad Boys for Life in Prison. Oh, he's got another one, too. It's a sequel to his old one called Go On and Shake Your Jail Feathers. Remember Shake Your Tail Feathers? Was that his song, right?
Well, I mean, it was a feature of him,
He
though.
featured it.
But look, I like Diddy, though. Besides of what he got going on and stuff, because I remember when I used to see this man on MTV Yo, back old show back in the 90s, and even on BET and stuff like that, you would look at this guy and be like, wow, got the Jerry curl dripping, got the shades, the gold checking. I like this brother right here. And then when he started being in these music videos and he was just dancing and stuff, it was just like, wow. This man really, you know, it's an icon, you know, but now I don't know if I'm going to be able to look at him the same.
Sex trafficking.
Did you see the
That's all you
video
gotta hear.
of him punching that woman?
Yeah, man. Yeah, he kicked that girl. When I first seen that, I said,
He
oh
looked
my
like he's
God.
done that more than once before. If you ask
Hey,
me.
he might have had.
He looks like he got lessons from that Rice guy from the Baltimore.
Now, in his
I know how
defense,
to
she
punch
just
women.
wouldn't listen. You know,
Man, listen, I don't know if he
To
was
his
on some
music, because it's horrible.
hardcore drugs or whatever he might been on, but I was just like, damn, he shouldn't have kicked her like that, man. Damn. He kicked her like he was kicking like a field goal or
Like
something.
he was trying to take
Randy
Harrison.
Orton.
He was trying to take Harrison Butker's job.
He
Well,
kicked her in like Randy Orton and Seth Rollins curb stomped her afterwards. Then from out of nowhere, RKO'd her. All right, who wants to do history and news? Laughs from the past. Did you guys bring some stuff from history today?
I got some
Let me
history.
start out with this one, and then you guys go ahead. And then I'll have one more later. Today in 1431, Joan of Arc was burned at the stake. Did you guys hear that?
That was mine, yes.
Well, that's appropriate since she overcooked her husband's T-bone, that she got burnt at the stake.
The steak.
Okay.
Well, she got burned at a stake, and she burnt this dude's steak, her husband's steak. So that's what you get.
Yeah, she burned that meat.
That's like an eye for an eye.
Yeah.
Steak for steak.
Well,
Exactly. Mom gets it.
I got a news for you.
Well, it's history and news. You got history news?
History news.
Okay.
1896. Eugene Smith, little black kid, 5 years old, was the first one that had the electric bill in his name.
Have you ever had a bill in your name before?
I did.
I had a bill in my name that my friend's mom and dad put me. Well, my friend's mom and mom's boyfriend put in my name.
Yeah, so you had a lot of co-signers.
And when I was 16, yeah, so we could go to Rent-A-Center and stuff. It was cool. They're like, "Can I put this bill in your name?" Sure.
On May
my
20,
buddy Randy's mom, the same person. She had his phone bill in his name, her phone bill in his name. Tony's had the electric.
See, everybody had something in their name.
on May 27th of 1937, the Golden Gate Bridge opened up, allowing lots of people to commit suicide
Damn.
in a new and
They should tear that bridge
fun
down.
way.
The Golden Gate.
The bridge has killed too many.
Oh, there's Chris.
What you got, Mom?
Okay,
Oh,
this
Chris
day in
Wright?
history. Yeah,
The artist known as Christopher Wright is here.
Yay.
Awesome. We get to hear his music today.
We
This is
do.
awesome. Amazing. I'm super happy. I wonder what kind of guitar he brought.
So this day in history, Babe Ruth hits 714th home run. It was his last home run of his career. He later left baseball and became middle-aged Ruth, and then later died as old man Ruth. Yeah,
Wow.
Now he's
On a side note, do you know how long that home run was?
the 714th one.
Yeah,
How far did he
it
hit
was
it?
over 500 feet. The last
Yeah.
three home runs were, and this is the dead ball era on a guy that didn't train. He ate hot dogs, drank beer, and brought
He
prostitutes
was
in
a
the
he
dugout.
was
So
like
he was-
a
he was
attraction
a
at the end of
fit
his
guy.
career when that happened. He would like take a limo or a taxi or something from first base or the home plate to first base, just like WWE gimmicks back then.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
and he'd only
Yeah,
have to
in
get
the
to
end of his
first, and then
career,
someone
he
else would
was-
come out and finish running the bases because he was so sick. But he's still
The
hitting
pitcher
bombs.
talked too much trash about him that day that he hit that one. And the two before it or whatever, the same series, right?
Yep.
It was crazy.
Yeah, he didn't look like the athletes of today. Like he wasn't real like muscular and stuff. He was kind of a chunky guy. Yeah.
If you consider like Otis from WWE an athlete,
I was just thinking of like
somebody like
the
that.
ball players of today.
If you consider bowlers athletes, if you consider Seth an athlete.
I'm built like a sumo wrestler.
All right, you guys, in history today, Andrew Jackson killed Charles Dickinson today in a duel in 1806. Jackson had won over 100 duels in his entire life, most of which were defending his wife's honorable name. Did you guys know that?
Did not know
That's
that.
true. Yeah, his theme song was, "I would shoot 100 jerks and I would shoot 100 more to be the man that shot 100 men who called my wife a whore." I thought I was going to say the other thing. I can't. Prostitute. Dalieta. Okay, Felix, your turn.
In 1933, Walt Disney released the film Three Little Pigs, and one day later, the porn version was released with the exact same name.
Thank you, Felix. I'm messing with. I said, go ahead, Felix, and you told this thing.
Yeah, he went and did that. It's all good.
Sorry, Felix.
Franklin Leffi Lewis, the first black man that had an iPad eye.
Oh. All right, Mom.
Okay, I don't have any. I have regular news, not stand up, not this day in history.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. Get back to some more current news then.
Okay, a couple in Naples was caught having intercourse at the pier, and there were children that were around. So when the police approached the couple, the woman escaped by jumping in the water and attempted to swim away. Now, ironically, her boyfriend had earlier complimented her on her stroke, but sadly the woman was arrested by the police anyway.
Joke of the day whistle. Good one, Mom. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they.
I was gonna say something. I can't even remember what I was gonna say, man. That was pretty funny. Welcome back, Christopher Wright. What's up, my homie?
Hey, thanks for having me. Sorry I'm late, but you know they say better late than never.
Better late than ever.
Or better never than on time. Oh, wait,
You have
what?
to move Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, I gotta move Scooby Doo. It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna bring him over here.
So here's a funny thing I want to tell you, Chris.
Oh yeah.
This week, a driver was cited for crashing into a Pinellas Park restaurant with his vehicle. Did you hear about that?
No, I did not.
Now he's under a restaurant and he's under arrest.
Oh my gosh.
And that's not what they mean by fast food, buddy. I guess he thought it was a truck stop. Well, it is now.
Hey, in his defense, they needed a drive-through.
Yeah, right.
You guys.
Please pull forward to the next window.
Drive through.
Thank you. Please drive through
You drive through.
the building.
Drive through the building.
It was crazy. Well, all right, Mom. What do you think?
A commencement speaker at UMass Dartmouth gave every one of the graduates $1,000. He asked them to keep $500 and to give the other $500 away. This inspired Harrison Butker. He told Stand Up for News graduation reporter, "Next year I will hand out an iron to all the women graduates and ask that they iron 5 of their own shirts and 5 of their husbands' or fathers' shirts." So go Harrison Butker.
Oh man, this episode of Stand Up for News is brought to you by Colgate's new electric toothbrush, you guys. They're wonderful. I even got my dad one, you know, he loves it.
Okay.
Because now it counterbalances all the shakes from his Parkinson's disease and he can brush his teeth regularly.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Just imagine peeing's a whole lot more fun when you have Parkinson's.
yeah. I get I guess when you're his age, it wouldn't count, but for us, maybe a little taste of the parks.
Oh, poor dad.
All right. Well, what else was I going to tell you guys? I forget. Go ahead, Seth. What do you got for us?
I'm still gathering.
Gathering your senses. Be on the lookout for Seth's new radio show, you guys. It's called "Don't Sit Down for Current Events." Coming soon.
That's
It's just WTAN.
Nice.
Don't sit down.
These are jokes.
That was a good one, James. Okay.
When's your next show going to be? You said Father's Day, or is there one before that on Pegasus this Sunday? Or
I'm doing a music open mic at Roland Mullet on Nebraska on a Thursday.
Ooh.
I don't know the date yet. It'll be Thursday in June,
all right.
and we'll see how that. Hopefully that goes very well and it becomes a regular thing. But yeah, I have shows at Pegasus on June 16th, and then on the 30th is the roast battle, and then in July, the 14th is the variety show, and the 28th will be another roast battle.
There you go. I can't wait. I have never done roast battle. I did one on virtual roast battle, but the person I roasted with, we were told rules: no making fun of race, sexual orientation, or their family. And his first 3 things out of his mouth were making fun of that I'm white, which I identify as a black dude. So that's not really that funny if you ask me.
Right.
Second, he said I sleep with my sister. Well, then you're talking about my family. And then after that, he said something about me being gay. I'm like, and which one is it? Am I incestually straight or am I gay? Make up my mind, bud. And then second of all, I don't want to finish doing
White
this
people are
roast.
just messed up, man.
Yeah, can I finish doing this? I don't want to do the roast anymore. They're like, you forfeit? I'm like, no, you just broke the 3 rules in his first 3 things. And
In my
then,
roast battle, the rules are there are no rules. Anything is.
that's why I figured it should have been. Yeah, but
If you get your feelings hurt, don't come.
if I knew we were allowed to break the rules, I would have done that. You know, I said he was so dumb that he thought that homemade cookies were when a prostitute came into his house and baked cookies for the family, cleaned up around the house. She was homemade. Yeah. You didn't hear about that?
No.
I always thought that horseradish was a prostitute that could skateboard really good, kind of good, you know, horseradish.
Radish.
She was radish, yeah. Did you hear about the stampede of Clydesdales that went into the red light district in Tampa and killed a bunch of prostitutes in the act? You didn't hear about that?
I did not.
It was a whores on whores hate crime.
On the way over here, I did see a sign outside of a strip mall that said "Hot Cubans," and I was confused whether it was a sandwich shop or a strip club.
Well, that's what I thought when I went by. What's that place? Rooms for Rent, and they have the summer hot buys. I went in there, and it's just a bunch of furniture. There's no hot buys anywhere, right, Chris? No.
Earlier, Seth was talking about the Roland mullet. I thought you were talking about Stefano again.
Poor Stefano. I told him that. I said, when you take a shower, it's like a reenactment of Gorillas in the Mist.
He cracks me.
He's a good guy.
Did I tell you about how I used to be a professor at a university? Did I tell you about that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, dude, it was a very specific kind of university. Did I tell you about that, Chris?
Really?
Yeah, I was a professor at the University of Boobies. You guys like boobies?
Everybody likes boobies.
Yeah. Well, not Chris. It's,
Taking really long, I guess.
Felix, you like boobies?
I love it.
Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you what, man. You guys can trust me. Every single one of my students, they all got D's.
Oh,
They had D's. Well, no, not boobs. Grades. Their grades, they all got D's because people with boobs aren't that smart.
oh my God.
I'm just kidding, Mom. Don't kill me. It's a joke. You're way smarter than all of us. All right, Chris, you got music for us? Tell us where you've been, what you've been doing, what you're going to play, and then I want to hear you rock it out, bud.
Oh man, what am I gonna play? That's a good question.
Where you been? What you been up to?
Oh man, let's see. God, it's been such a busy week. So let's see. We had our karaoke event this Monday down at Steep Station. That was hosted by Nick Avalone. That was a good time. What's up, James? Oh, it's my amplifier picking up the signal. Yeah, it's that's what happens when you have like some high powered equipment. So yeah, I know, right? It's weird hearing yourself on delay like that. But yeah, we had a really nice game night over at the Tiki Hut this Tuesday, and we had a couple of nice little production meetings so far last week or two, coming up with new ideas for the Professor J event show. So definitely keep a lookout for more stuff from us there. But yeah, I guess as far as music, I'll probably stick to an original today. I think I'll just play something that I like to play to warm up to, but it's kind of a nice little song. I don't know. It doesn't have any lyrics or anything, so it'll be a nice little instrumental today.
Can I make up lyrics to it?
I mean, if you want to, give it a shot. But all right, here we go.
So we stand up for the news. Stand up for news. Stand up for news. Robin Blaze X. Wins the best of the bay. She's super cool. She bought me a shot of Grandma Ye. And then got mad when I put another one on her tab. But I paid her back the very next day for that shot of Grandma Ye. It wasn't even me that ordered it. It was that jerk Venom. He got out of his cage. He likes to misbehave. 'Cause when you like Spider-Man. When Spider-Man had the symbiote suit, Peter Parker would have these thoughts of darkness and anger and selfishness, evil, negative thoughts because he was turning into Venom. And that's what alcohol can do to Mac James sometimes.
Deep Eddie's 99 cent lemonade vodka shots are pretty cool.
Especially before the open mic we would fill our pockets with Deep Eddie 99 shot pink lemonades. Little tiny bottles. We had a couple of those on the way here one day, and after we go to Moon on Tuesday, that was fun. Stand up for news. We'll stand up for you. You can stand up too. Don't let Venom out of his cage. That was beautiful.
That was beautiful. Now I had a whole different thing going on in my head. I was singing "Baby Got Back" lyrics to that music.
Oh my. Well, leave it to James to come up with a creative envisionment of my song, I guess. So
You're a beautiful artist. I love you.
Well,
You're one of
thanks.
my
Well,
best friends.
You're a cool comedian, I guess.
You're my best friend in the whole world.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say. Yeah. Well, there's only one person in the entire world I would walk to Vegas with, and that's you, James.
Oh, I'm gonna walk to Vegas someday.
Hey,
Can I get
It was the
room?
one that- it was Venom's idea. Venom wanted to walk to Vegas.
It was
So
only
he
Venom.
made it from 30th Ave North and US 19 to she's probably
So-
Almerton, and
so-
then he passed out. And inside what? It was like a shelter.
It was a shelter.
It wasn't a
yeah.
shelter. It was a bus
stop
stop
but, like,
shelter.
It's a shelter.
And then this cop comes up to me. Should I tell this story? And he's like, "Hey, buddy, move it along." And I'm like, "Whoa, sorry."
Was it Largo Cop?
Nah, it was Clearwater. But he's like, "Move it along, pal." And I was eating a hot dog. I'm like, "Why don't you kick rocks, man? I ain't bugging nobody." He's like, "They could have you trespass from this shelter or from the bus station."
Bus stop,
Yeah, I'm like, trespass? I don't ride the bus in the first place. I've never ridden the bus in the 24 years I've been here. So they're going to trespass me from ever not riding the bus again? From just this bus stop, shelter, or like any other bus shop? All of them? Because it doesn't matter. I'm just curious. He's like, "I don't know." And he's like, "Why don't you go to a shelter?" He's like, "I'm in a shelter." He's like, "No, like a homeless shelter." I'm like, "Do you think I'm homeless?" I was like, "Do homeless people have WWE belt buckles? Do you think homeless people have those? And do you think homeless people have BMW racing shoes that for racing BMWs?
They don't even own.
Not that I own a BMW, yeah, but I
We
still
got the
drive
shoes in
like
case
a
you
real
do.
jerk. So if the shoe fits, wear it and buy 3 pairs so you can tell the joke 3 times on stage at Steep Station, like I did.
Like that one time,
I
yeah.
just changed my shoes and told it again, and then they laughed again.
And so you took
Yeah,
your
and then I
shoes
had
off
like
and
my
you told
sweet
it-
leather jacket on, and I'm like, what? Well, nothing looks homeless on me. Get out of here, dude.
You're like the Mr. Rogers of comedians. Changing your shoes, changing your jacket.
That's what it felt like because I sat on the edge of the
reason-
stage with my feet dangling and changed my.
Yeah, the reason that year was the Largo Cop. The last time I got pulled over, I was driving a demo from the dealership I worked at, and my car was in an accident. So I took a car from the lot with a dealer tag and a piece of paper that explains I'm allowed to drive this car with this VIN on this license plate, wearing this shirt from the dealership. And I get pulled over on 66th and Ulmerton by a sergeant from the Largo Police Department. And he asked me, "What am I doing here?" I'm like, "What do you mean, what am I doing here? What kind of question is that?" And I told him I was at my friend's restaurant. And he asked me, he goes, "You know why I pulled you over?" I said, "No." He's like, "Well, this plate's not registered to this car." I said, "No, it's a dealer tag." "What does that mean?" "Well, we use
What
it
does that mean?
for test driving cars." "You're not test driving a car at 11 o'clock. And I was like, "No, I was in an accident. I work at the dealership. It's a base model Escape. I could have taken a $700,000 GT
Really?
if I was stealing a car. It would not be a base model Escape." All of a sudden, there's 4 other cop cars. There's 8 cops. They're shining flashlights in the window, asking me to roll down the windows. And I'm like, "Listen, are you charging me with something, or am I free to go? Because I'd like my license back. I'm leaving." And he goes, "I still have more questions." I said, "Are you doing this because I'm black?" He did not think it was as funny as I thought it was. Yeah, he called the dealer. I guess there was my GM's phone number was on the thing, and he called and asked if he could impound the car. The guy's like, "No, you can't impound the car." He's like, "What did he do?" He's like, "He's just being a smart ass." Like, it's better than being a dumbass. Get out of my way, man.
You got out of it though.
Yeah, I didn't do anything.
So the car lived up to its name. Good thing you got an escape. All right, you guys. Well, it's time. We've covered, I think, everything but plugs. So now we have to plug stuff. So I'm going to plug Monday. Go on Dave and Buster's website, and Vinny and Natalie will have a show, a one-time only show that he's going to do. And then in September, we'll be doing more.
Okay.
Be on the lookout for Ed Sheds. What night, Mom? I'll let you tell your plug.
That's why I wore my shirt. Ed Shed, we are going to be June 7th and June 9th at the Squeaky Wheel French Festival in Sarasota. Last week, there we go. Last year, we won the Tampa French Festival.
You won French Fest and you won Best of the Bay.
And Best of the Bay.
You're
So,
awesome.
yeah, we're taking it to Sarasota Friday, June 7th. I believe it's an 8:30 show. Sunday, I believe it's like a 2:30 show. And Ed Shed, that's where it's at in Sarasota.
Well, you got anything to plug, Chris? You got shows coming up?
Ooh, let's see. Well, yes, of course, we do have our Java Kava show that Professor Jay, Nick, and I do on Saturdays in Largo. We also have open jam night this Sunday night down at Steep Station, downtown St. Pete. That's on 22nd Avenue and First Ave South. So come check us out for that. And plenty more events to come in the coming weeks. So especially with June, we have a lot happening. So keep a lookout, guys, on Professor J events.
Felix, you got anything you'd like to plug?
No, I don't put nothing up my butt.
It's not that kind of plug. We've covered everything but plugs.
Yeah, it's everything but plugs. Yeah.
We covered everything but plugs. We're plugging our shows.
Yes.
No, not really, not right now. But I'm gonna say this though. Any open mics out there, man, I'm available. I come there from sun up to sundown. I don't care what's going on. Let your aunties, your uncles, your cousins, your birds, chickens, or cats, or roosters, or whoever you want to bring out, just bring them.
Hey, Mom, what's Stefano's show that he's doing the 31st? What's that
May
tonight?
31st. That is,
Tonight.
I'll be in that show. That's tomorrow. Newport
tomorrow.
Richie Theater,
Yep.
and there's going to be 10 comics competing.
Today's not the 31st?
Today's not the 31st. It's May 30th. And then they're going to have a dirty open
That's so
mic show
stupid.
after the contest at Ordnance
At
One.
Ordinance 1, yep.
Yeah,
That's Jacoby
Alrighty.
English is hosting that.
Jacoby English hosting the
And
After
Anthony, I
Dirty
think?
show.
Yeah.
And then Stefano's got his show. And does he, all right, go ahead, Seth. You got anything you want to plug?
Yeah, I got my. I also have the King of the Jews comedy contest on July 16th
Is that like a Jesus?
in Davie, Florida. I have the open mic coming up at the Rolling Mullet on a Thursday, and of course my shows that Robin is going to be a featured comedian at on Father's Day. It's Comics Night Out, Dad's Night Out, a lot of dad jokes, and a roast battle on the 30th of June, and then July 14th is a variety show. July 28th is another roast battle, and I'm performing in Pennsylvania doing a benefit show for a charity at Uncle's 80s Dog Bar.
Excuse me real quick though, Mr. Seth. When is your roast battle? You said
The
one
last Sunday in June and the last Sunday in July,
Okay.
30th and 28th.
All right. Yeah, I've been to a couple of your battles, man. I just want to let you know.
They are so much fun.
They are.
Well, guys, it's final statement, and then we're going to sing a song. Final statement I got is I'm pretty sure that Fabergé is Italian for gay egg. Chris, what do you think?
Fabergé?
Yeah, it's
I thought that was French for gay egg.
French for gay egg. Sorry. Stand up for news. Stand up for. Oh wait, ready? Stand up for news. Stand up for news. We'll stand up for you. You stand up too. Don't sit down. Stand up now. Stand up for news. Clap, 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 clap. Stand up for news.
WTAN Clearwater
FM 106.9.